Hello everyone, this is Bamdeli from Delaware Studios. You're welcome to the concluded part of the integration of the Admob ads from Google into your Android application. Okay, we're still going to have one more Android unit ID to generate. It's called the Interstitial. Okay, this is actually for a full page. This is a full page ad. Which is going to cover the full screen of the uh, of the mobile app. So we're going to actually generate the ad units of this interstitial aspect. So we'll be doing that because in the course of the application, we'll be talking about how to add the banner and also how to include the interstitial full ad in your application, your Android application. So this is generally the home page of your dashboard, your AdMob dashboard, where you go to google.com/admob. Now you have an account. We've actually done that in our first lesson, so I'll be moving further in doing this. Okay, I'm going to go to monetize, right? If you notice, okay, I have my internet down. Let me quickly connect this up. Okay. We have the add more banner, which is the first aspect we actually did in our first lesson. So now I would like to add more to this, which is going to be for the interstitial. Okay, I click on my add mob. All right, you can notice this is the top banner and also the add unit ID we generated. Okay, I think we've copied that out earlier. Okay, I'm going to add a new unit. Now I'm going to pick on interstitial. Okay, all right, click on interstitial. This is just going to be under the add more banner, but it's going to generate a different add unit ID. All right, so what we're going to call this, let's call it full page. Okay, all right, click on save. Can you notice this? It has generated this add unit. So we're going to copy this out. Copy. So I'm moving straight to my Android Studio where the development of the application is being done. So I quickly dash to Android Studios. All right. In my res values folder, I have my strings. This is where we actually declare all the two ID we're talking about here. The first, which is for the banner, the footer banner, which we created in the first tutorial, and now it is the interstitial full screen. So I'm going to include the add unit over here. Click on, because I've copied it earlier, so I paste it into this section. All right, so I'll be taking you through on the course of the development of this particular application. So I'll be picking up from the build Gradle. The build Gradle, yeah, I'll talk about the dependencies which we actually included in this application. We have the test compile G unit 4.12 and also the google.android.gms. This is the Google Play service, particularly for ads. This version 8.4.0, very important, this inclusion. Okay, we have the app compat, which is for version 7, and also the Android support design version 23.1.1. okay, these dependencies are very important, and we're going to be using JUnit. I don't know, maybe you're very conversant with JUnit. This is just a testing unit for any Android application, using the Android Studio platform. Okay, we're going to be using JUnit to test and compile this application. All right. Okay, let's look at our layout files and let's get acclimatized with the UI of the application. Okay, we're having two layouts here. The first layout, which is for the main activity, and also the second layout. We are going to, with the first layout is actually for a button that included the first banner, which is the top, the bottom banner. while the second layer will be standing for the interstitial or AdUnit banner that we were talking about earlier. Okay, let's look at the activity main, which is the default, which is the first layout of the application. Okay, I'd like to cancel this. All right, it's a relative layout whereby we have the layout with an height matching the parent. The padding bottom is 16 dp, the padding left, we have padding right, left, bottom, top, these are all 16 dps. Okay, and the tools context, is calling on the main activity Java class of the application. We have a text view which actually welcomes us to the screen. Welcome to Admob. Click on the below button to launch, or I can just say, okay, welcome to, or is actually picking it from the string. All right, let's go over to the string. Okay, welcome to Admob. Okay, so we can still just add some things here. Welcome to Delaware Studios. Come to Delaware Studios Admob. Okay, it's actually picking from the strings, so you should still, that is very fine. It's straightforward. We have the button, that followed afterwards. It's actually going to sit just beneath the button full screen ad. It's in the layout with the layout width and height is wrap content, and the center in parent is true. There's a text on it which says show full screen ad. Okay, there's one portion I really want you to get, very, 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 very clearly. We have the com.google.android.gms.ads.add_view. This is actually going to show the add view. That's a tag which has a closing tag which just correspond to the opening tag. All right, it speaks on the ID we specified. We'll give it an ID of add view. The layout with an ID is wrapping content, and the layout center horizontal true, and the align parent bottom true. Okay, the add size is banner. We want it as a banner, calling on the add unit of the particular banner we created. This add unit is picking from the string banner onboard footer from the first add unit ID we got from our first tutorial. This is where this is picking it from. Okay, this add unit ID is very, very important in the course of the application. Okay, that's fine. Let's look at our second layout, which is going to be for the interstitial layout. It's a relative layout as well. Width and height is matching parent. There's a padding bottom and padding left, right, and top. 16 dp, just like the previous activity. And it's also calling on the second activity Java class. This is quite simple and straightforward. All right, I'll be going straight to the main activity Java class. We have two Java classes, okay, which we'll be talking precisely. Okay, let me first of all look at the imports. What are the libraries? What are the library calls that we actually imported in this application? I would like you to look at these three very major imports. The Android GMS add listener, the add request, and the add view. These are particularly to the Admob. All right, it's a main activity that extends app compat activity, unlike the activity which has been deprecated. We have two fields here, the add view and also for the button, where we give it add view and also the button full screen add, for the interstitial. Okay, we have a method on create is overriding, calling on the superclass on create, save distance, and we set the content to the layout of the activity main over here, the test activity. Okay, now we're going to we're going to call on the ID called button full screen, from the layout activity main, and we cast on the button onto it, and we assign it to the button full screen at private button field declared earlier. So now we're going to set an on-click listener to this, which is being done over here. Okay, when we set an on-click listener, it's going to start an activity. This is not an activity for results, it's just starting a new activity, calling on the intent. The intent is a major call for any activity from another activity. So with this, we're going to call on the second activity Java class to actually undo that. All right, that's fine. Let's move on. Okay, we're going to remove this if condition. It's just for demo purpose. Okay, so we're testing for if text utilities is empty, calling on the the string banner, which is for the small banner, or unit ID. Like there's going to be a toast, please mention your banner ID in string, probably if you didn't fill this portion in the strings, which I did firstly while explaining this code. It's going to bring out the toast message that you should gracefully fill a banner ID, which is a unit ID from the Admob dashboard we got. Okay, now we're going to add the mAdd view to the viewer in particular. Okay, there's an add request where we're going to instantiate a new add request. This is a class, from the libraries we imported. Okay, with this now we have an object of the add request called, giving it a small letter A anyway. So this, we're going to add the test device. There's a test device you need. I've added this. You're going to check your logcat to get your test device ID, because I'm actually using an emulator. So I've actually added this in the course of the application. I've added my test device. If you're using a real device to add your test device, this is just for testing anyway. Okay. Now you're going to call down this mAdd view. You're going to set an add listener onto this, where we're going to have several methods: on add loaded, on add closed. There's going to be a toast that add has been closed. On add failed to load, when the add failed to load, there's going to be a test message. And on add left application, so there's just going to be a toast message that's left the application. And there's on add open, where it's going to call out the super on add open. All these are overridden. Okay, we have on pause or resume, on destroy. You should also know this in the activity of any the lifespan of any activity. On pause, on resume, and on destroy. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to our second activity for today. Okay, the second activity extends app compat as usual. Okay, now it has its own tag, and also the interstitial add. We're giving it an object of the interstitial add. Okay, so we have an onCreate method calling on the layout activities second. Okay, we're going to do an if again, just like we did earlier. That if you actually didn't add an add unit ID in the string tag of this application, is going to bring out gracefully as you go back to add this in your string.xml. Right, this is fine. Okay, we're going to set the add unit for the interstitial we declared earlier to the particular add unit ID specified. Okay, that's fine. We have the add request, which is being instantiated to the new add request, calling on the builder method. Okay, we're going to set this add request to the device ID emulator for testing, which I've done. All right, now we're going to load the add. We're going to load the add based on the add request parameter, while we're going to set the add listener, and instantiate with a new add listener, and opens up a lot of method. We have the on add loaded, we're going to show the interstitial. Okay, we have on add closed, there's going to be a toast, add is closed. On add failed to load, a toast as well, add failed to load, error code. On add left application, we're going to have add left application. On add open, add is open, but what we're going to be talking majorly, what is going to happen, we're going to show this is the on add loaded, where it's going to show the interstitial method. Okay, that's fine. All right, so which is this, the show interstitial method over here, show interstitial method, where it's going to load the add to the view. Okay, that's fine. Let's launch this on our Genymotion emulator. Let me quickly look at our manifest before that, if there's any particular thing we need to do. First, majorly we have to add some permissions, the internet permission, and also the access network state. These are very important. All right, we're going to call on the activity, which is for the second activity. We have the launch activity, which is the main activity. And this is the second activity. You have to add it to your manifest. Okay. And also you include the add activity config changes and themes, which is the google.gms.ads.add activity. This aspect is very important to in your manifest, or else it won't load successfully. Okay, without much ado, let me launch this in my Journey Motion emulator and let's get it rolling. Okay, let me bring my Journey Motion to foreground. Right, still loading, still building up. Okay, let's wait for it to build up. So launch this. Okay, built successfully. Click on OK. So let me bring my Journey Motion to foreground. Wow. Okay. Uh, let's look at the real testing application. All right. Okay. Can you notice this? Welcome to Delores Studios. Admob. Click on the below button to launch the interstitial ad. Okay. Look at this below it. This is the ad banner. This is just going to start to show your ads. Probably you have an application, you want to sell your ads, you want to monetize your application with Google Ads. With this, you get your ads flying on the application, and you get your income. Get your earnings flowing as well. Okay, let's show the full screen ad. Okay, there's the interstitial. All right, can you notice this? Okay, this is the interstitial ad in full screen. Okay, it came out in full screen. Okay, I think this is fine, this is cool, right? You can decide to close this here, you can decide to leave it anyways. Okay, thank you very much, my good listener, for hanging out with me throughout this 2 session. And I believe you find you've actually understood this very much. And I'll upload my code to this to my GitHub account, where you can pick it up and use the source code in the course of your application. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful time. Bye bye.